Hey guys, Not So Shirtless Jay here. This camera may be a little laggy. I'm in basement currently. And today I'm not going to be singing. No, I'm not going to be talking about stuff that I want to do. Today I'm going to be discussing an anime that I watch. The anime is titled My Hero Academia. A lot of people have heard of it, and mainly it's people's first anime they watch, and that's perfectly cool. I just watched this guy, Ember Reviews, react to, well, not really react, but talk about why people hate Mineta so much. And he says that Mineta is fine, and that guys are honestly that guys, as in like the entire My Hero Academia community, is just being mean. And he goes into talking about actual name, not Japanese name, Seven Deadly Sins, and he talks about a couple of other animes like Naruto. And he goes into speaking about how Mineta is not a bad character. And honestly, I completely agree. This isn't me challenging him. I just have been seeing so much My Hero Academia hate on Mineta. And honestly, I don't know why people hate on him. He goes into talking about Meliodas on Seven Deadly Sins, and about how he is even worse than Mineta is in terms of pervertedness. I completely agree. But no one hates on Meliodas, and most people actually encourage him to continue said behavior. Mineta, however, receives a crap ton of hate, not just for his perverted nature, but also because of his quirk. His quirk took out Midnight one-on-one. And, sorry, that was a notification. Not sure if you guys could hear that, because this is my first time using this camera. It's on a computer. It's a computer's camera, not my school computers, for anyone who knows me at my school. No, I'm not using my school computer. Either way, I wanted to talk about how the hate on Mineta is honestly bringing down not just my sanity, but also my like for My Hero Academia. Mineta isn't a bad character. Mineta, I'm not saying he's not a bad guy. I'm not saying he should be your favorite character. Not what I'm saying. Mm-mm. I'm simply saying about how he is not that bad of a character. He's morally wrong. He's very morally wrong. So much so that I probably shouldn't defend him. But he's not a bad character. Katsuki Bakugo, or Kachan for those who think of themselves as Deku. Then again, if you think of yourself as Deku, that's probably because you don't have a quirk or a power. In all fairness, that's how most people speak about Katsuki, because they imagine themselves as being Deku, or Izuku Midoriya, for those who don't know. Either way, I simply wanted to speak about how Katsuki has his whole... he's been improving his personality since the first episode of the first season. And Mineta has also improved since the first season. The first season, he was a crybaby, and he didn't know how his quirk was going to help that much. Then, he frickin' takes on Midnight, along with Sero, who gets knocked out. And his quirk is almost the exact same as Sero's. Another thing that Ember Reviews states. I will link his channel and probably his video in the description. Either way. And I will be leaving something in the end of the video about why I'm no longer gonna be shirtless, and not the point right now. Katsuki, or Bakugo, whichever one, I'm gonna refer to him as Bakugo for the remainder of the video. Bakugo has a tendency to bully people, such as Midoriya and everyone else. Bakugo has been improving since the first episode, and everyone thinks that he deserves a redemption arc. Endeavor. Now, he needed a redemption arc, but he didn't deserve it. But even there, people are all like, yeah, he's starting to redeem himself. He's starting to get better. He's no longer gonna be that piece of shit dad that everyone thinks he is. And he is a piece of shit dad in general, honestly. Todoroki didn't deserve that. But, either way, either did Toya or the other two. Either way, Endeavor has a redemption. And everyone's all like, yeah, he deserved that. And then there's some people like, well, actually, he didn't deserve it, but it's nice that he got one. And then there's people who are all like, yeah, Bakugo it definitely deserved a redemption, even though it's been going on for 4 seasons now, which technically hasn't even been a year in terms of My Hero Academia. Although technically it should have been 2 years now, because 10 months before the first time that Izuku, or Deku, I'm going to refer to him as Deku because that's his hero name and that's what everyone calls him, except for Ida, Tenya, and a couple of other people. But Deku, in the first episode where he's in the UA, or UA, if you are referring to the actual name of the school, UA, Y-U-E-I, means hero in Japanese, I believe. But either way, in the first episode that Deku goes to UA, he uses his quirk for the first time because he inherited it. Story for another time. I'm not going to completely obliterate any... I'm not going to spoil too much. He inherited his quirk, I'll tell you that much. But he used his quirk for the first time, and 10 months, after 10 months of training, meaning there was almost a year full of training that Deku did, and Katsuki, or Bakugo, or whatever, whichever one you want, but Bakugo, or hell, Ground Zero. Ground Zero is his hero name. I'll call him Ground Zero. Bakugo, in the first episode, which was about 10 or 11 months before the first day at UA, Bakugo is even worse of a bully than he ever has been, and even tells Deku to jump off of the roof, do a swan dive off of the roof and pray for a better quirk in the new life. You may have noticed my hesitation. Watch the first episode, and you'll figure it out. Later that episode, Deku saves Kachan. So, I was just checking something. Either way, since that episode, 10 months or 11 months before the first day, and then there was a month before they actually got into UA, I believe. I don't know. I haven't watched the first season in a year and a half. One year, 8 months, and... Is that 26? 14 days? No, it's after 7. Okay, so 1 year, 8 months, and 15 days. Since I have seen My Hero Academia, the first episode, for the first time. Well, since I've watched My Hero Academia Season 1 for the first time. For the only time, actually. And yes, I do have a memory of that. Either way, and since that episode, over 2 years since then, he has been improving, and he still isn't better. But everyone's all like, oh yeah, he's getting better. He deserves all of this fame and popularity and like that he gets. He told fucking Deku to kill himself. That's not fair. Why does he get all the like? He doesn't get all the like, obviously. Izuku gets more. And obviously, people like Jiro and Momo get more like than Bakugo. No. I keep introducing characters because I know that My Hero Academia fans are going to know said character, and the people who normally watch my videos may not be My Hero Academia fans. Either way, my whole point of this little discussion is that Mineta isn't a bad character. He's due for a redemption arc. I haven't watched any of the manga, which Ember Reviews says that he hasn't caught up in the manga, which means he has watched some of the manga. Or read. That's my fault. That's my fault, not my fat. God dang it. So, my point is, Mineta is due for a redemption arc. And honestly, he has been redeeming himself since the first season at the USJ incident where he gropes Suyu. And he does it he kind of does it on purpose, but he does it because he almost fainted and his hand just happened to be there. And that's the only instance of groping in the entire series by Mineta. Either way, in the first episode of... I'm sorry, talking about a different series. In the first episode of in the first episode of Seven Deadly Sins, Meliodas gropes Elizabeth, and the only thing he gets is told by Hawks, the talking pig that no one likes for some reason, to stop it. That's it. Doesn't get a slap. Not even a slap on the wrist. Mineta practically drowns for it. And he did it once. Meliodas, however, was groping her in her sleep. Now, I understand that in later seasons, it's discussed about how their past coincided. And honestly, that's later on in the series, I found that their past being like that warranted him to explore her body, which was perfectly fine because he didn't do anything too perverted until episode 4. This is not going to take too much longer, I hope. Either way, Mineta is overdue for a redemption arc, and Meliodas never got one. But instead of people raging on Meliodas, they encourage his behavior. Mineta, instead of them encouraging his behavior, they rage on him? It doesn't make sense to me. Meliodas does worse stuff. Mineta gets worse punishment. Mineta is a pervert. I'm not saying he should be anyone's favorite character by any means. I'm not saying that he should be listed as one of the greatest characters of all time. No. He's just not a bad character. In my opinion, I'm sorry, I paused the video. I'm not sure if, I think I said in my opinion, but I paused it for like 2 or 3 minutes. In my opinion, Mineta shouldn't be listed as a bad character. I understand the hate that he's getting from the characters. I understand the hate that he gets outside of it. But honestly, he doesn't deserve said hate. Simply because of the fact that... I'm sorry, something popped up on my screen. Simply because of the fact that he deserves better. I think that Mineta should get a redemption arc. And he has been redeeming himself. He hasn't groped anyone since, and honestly, in Season 4, he hasn't even done that much pervy shit. He still gets hate on from the other characters, which is perfectly fine. He's been pervy for almost a year straight. Why would he change? When they get into the second year, I think that Mineta is going to be a lot better of a character than people are making him out to be. He is definitely a bad... He definitely has bad morals. Honestly, if I had to say, Mineta is a better character than Bakugo. He deserves more like than him. I understand the hate that I'm gonna get in the comments, and I'm perfectly okay with it. That does not change how I feel about Mineta. Mineta is a good character. He's not a bad character. He's not my favorite. Izuku's my favorite. Followed by Jiro. Then Ochako, and Tenya, and Todoroki, and Bakugo. He's nowhere near my favorite. But he's nowhere near my least favorite. It pisses me off the amount of hate that people give Mineta. And there's no reason for people to hate on Mineta. Simply because he's a pervert. In Naruto, Jiraiya is a pervert, but he gets no hate because he gets repercussions for his actions. Mineta gets repercussions for his actions. In no way is Shonen and the creator of My Hero Academia, I'll list his name in the description. I don't know it, and nor am I looking it up right now because of how slow this computer is. Mineta. Frick, hold on, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, I had to think of what I was saying. Jiraiya gets hit because of what he does, of what he says, and Mineta does too. But Jiraiya gets no hate, while Mineta does. Meliodas doesn't even get a slap on the wrist. Or even anyone that he touches telling him off. The character that does tell him off receives a shit ton of hate for it. I never understood that either. Hawks shouldn't be the character people hate. Meliodas is. But because he's the main character, everyone's all like, yeah, no, that's fine. Mineta isn't the main character. Jiraiya isn't the main character, but no one hates on Jiraiya. Mineta isn't the main character, so everyone hates on him. And then they use the fact that his quirk sucks to justify why they hate on him. Never understood that one either. Sero. He practically has the exact same quirk. They both create a sticky, adhesive-like substance thingy that is used for tying up the bad guys. And then Sero, who is worse at it than Mineta, gets less hate because of his quirk, for the reason that he's not a pervert. Mineta gets way more hate because of his quirk, way more hate for his quirk because he is a pervert. That I never understood either. One's quirk doesn't determine their personality. I mean, unless you're Denki Kaminari, because using his quirk too much, he turns into, well, Jamingway. So, yeah, that's my personal opinion on My Hero Academia Mineta. There's no reason for the hate, and honestly, it pisses me off that he gets hate. I understand the hate. He doesn't deserve it. You all can spam rage comments in the section below. I don't give a darn. I'm not going to listen to a bunch of people who encourage one pervert's behavior, doesn't care about another pervert's behavior, yet slams one other person's behavior. Especially when they're all the same all have the same behavior. I understand different series has different things about each series, and I understand that people should be slammed for things they have done wrong as much as the next guy. But, honestly, it doesn't make sense to me. Now, the reason why I'm not gonna be shirtless Jay anymore is actually because of you guys. Not so much the people in the comment section, and not so much the people who privately message me everywhere that I go, whether it be on Twitter, or whether it be on Instagram or Facebook, so much as it's also the comments and hate that I get in real life throughout my daily basis. I don't get so much more hate now that I am at where I am at in terms of society, but it still hurt me a lot, so I'm not gonna be shirtless at all. I feel like I said I was going to say another thing here, but I can't remember. Honestly, and I'm not gonna be singing anymore. At this place I am at, no one cares about what I sing, or when I sing, or how I sing. And honestly, that's kind of bumming me out. Not that I can do anything about it. But every once in a while there is someone who likes my voice, and I like my voice. I'm an amazing singer, in my opinion. But then there's people who disagree and think that I'm a bad singer. So, yeah. I'm not going to be singing, I'm not going to be shirtless because of the amount of hate that I get for both. Oh. You want me to stop doing things like that? Perfectly fine, I'll stop. I do it because it makes me feel good. I do it because I'm my own person, and I can make decisions that I want to make. And then there's people who hate on me for making said decisions, and it never made sense to me about that either. But either way, I lost you guys for a second. I'm still here. It says that I'm still recording. Alright. Either way, guys, yeah, I'm not going to be singing on this channel. I'm probably going to create another channel and make my own content over there. And I might be a review channel. I don't know. All I do know is that this channel is dead. I'm going to make my brand new channel, and I'm not going to post it anywhere. I might give it to one of my friends. One. And that's probably going to be Dragon Emperor, who I'm also going to link in the description. So far, there hasn't been anyone who asked for a shout out, and I don't know what to review. This video will still be open on this channel. The rest of my videos, however, I'm just probably going to delete or something. Maybe I'll just leave them there. All I do know is that I'm done on this channel. I'm gonna create a new one with a new Gmail and a new everything, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. In the meantime, you should... That was probably very loud. I am very sorry, headphone users. In the meantime, you should probably check out my Twitch. True, I haven't done stuff on it for a while, but I'm going to. My name is Chaotic Reaper of Death. Yes, very edgy. No, I don't care. So yeah, that's everything that I wanted to say to you guys. It's been a blast, and I'm very glad that I could see you guys. I hope that someday you guys find me again. But I'm also gonna have a new tag and gonna have a new channel name, and it's probably not gonna be anything like anything that I've done before. Earlier I've done Justin Congrove. Before that it was my Aunt Sissy's name, Sherry Lynn Congrove, and after that it was Gino Sands. I'm not going to tell you guys my screen name. I'm not going to tell you guys anything. If you guys find me, congrats. If you guys don't, that's also fine. I'm going to recreate this video on my new channel as soon as I make it. But either way, this is the last time I'm gonna say this, so I'm gonna say it as enthusiastically as possible. Shirtless J, signing out.